couple years ago, I went on an overseas family vacation. On that trip, my cousin had the fun idea of making up a game that had to do with asking questions. She had asked me if I wanted to help, and I happily agreed. When the time came around to play with the rest of the family, all was well until her younger brother started complaining. "These questions are so dumb! Who made these?" I was offended. How could somebody be so rude? So I snapped. I started sobbing uncontrollably, shouting things I don't want to remember. Looking back, he hadn't known it was I who made those questions. He was only trying to get on his sister's nerves, as siblings often do. And as for me, I was in a new place, around family whom I loved but didn't get to spend much time with. And a month before, my parents had told me they were going to be moving me to a new school in a new city, away from all the friends that I'd grown up with. And come to think of it, I could not remember the last time I'd cried. When problems arise and bring heavy emotions, there's a tendency to ball them up and stuff them in a mental box. Lately, I found that the more emotions we stuff into that box, the larger and heavier of a toll it takes on us, tilting a scale of balanced emotions. Eventually, it'll get to a point where every slight mishap has a chance of tilting that now unbalanced scale totally to one side, releasing all those emotions into a heaving mess. According to Crystal Rapol, a mental health writer, one of the big contributors that leads up to these moments is pent-up stress. There's not really any use in suppressing it, for it'll all come out in one big bang like it did for me all those years ago. So if you feel like you want to cry, just cry. Society has generally viewed crying as a weakness or vulnerability. This vision of crying originates from social interactions throughout the years. Leo Newhouse, a senior social worker in neurology, states that crying can be seen as lack of emotional stamina. Children, and especially young boys, learn that big girls and boys don't cry. The phrase is usually used as a stepping stone for growing up, proof that you've grown stronger. But according to Alyssa Lee, a psychotherapist, if it gets used over and over and over again as the annoyed response to the act of simply letting out emotions, it makes it so that the child who's on the receiving end learns to ball up those feelings to cope with the negativity that they're receiving. This can lead to mental health issues like depression or anxiety, which will follow them into adulthood. Crying is one of the many responses that we display when reacting to certain environments. Again, in society, it is seen as an act of cowardice or weakness. Yet in a poll by the University of Queensland, 70% of people responded that crying was relieving and made them feel better. The science behind this explains that stress-reducing hormones are released when crying, and on top of that, the parasympathetic nervous system activates to promote relaxation. This makes you feel better, both emotionally and physically. As a society, we should begin to acknowledge these benefits and learn to accept them. So the next time you're feeling stressed or anxious, remember to take some time to shed a tear or two. Sob into a pillow, or even, and this may sound a bit ridiculous, but turn on some sad music to really get those emotions flowing. Once you've cried, you find that it truly does help, releasing that stress and improving your general mood. By taking these small steps, the world will gradually turn into a healthier and happier place, one tear at a time. Thank you.